to Northamptonshire as two famous faces from the past go head-to-head. Former Spurs defender Justin Edinburgh, who takes charge of Rushden Diamonds, and Mansfield boss David Holdsworth, who made nearly 500 league appearances, as both try to keep pace with the promotion hopefuls. So the first of two live games for you this weekend in the Blue Square Bet Premier. It comes from Nene Park. Both teams with playoff aspirations. It's Rushden Diamonds against Mansfield Town here on Premier Sports. Hello then and welcome to Nene Park. Two teams with just 2 points between them after 14 games so far in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Ian's alongside me. Plenty of goals between these two over the past 2 years, so another good game in store. Yeah, let's hope there's plenty of goals this evening, but two very good managers, two managers that play at the highest level as well, and they both want to play football. That's the best thing about it. Get it on this surface, which is absolutely perfect. Get it on the surface, pass the ball, and let's see an entertaining game. Well, it's been a busy day so far in the Blue Square Bet Premier with plenty of early results. You can see there Crawley Town held away at Barrow at Holker Street. Matt Sells put Crawley ahead, but Jason Walker scored the equaliser. Fine win for Newport County over York City, winning by 4-0. And second place Wimbledon, well, they won away at Wrexham. Andy Mangan scored the opener for the Welsh side. Chris Jolly with the equaliser, but Rashid Youssef scored a late winning goal. So the table now looks like this. The gap at the top down to just 1 point with AFC Wimbledon just one behind Crawley Town. Newport, Fleetwood and Luton in those playoff spots as well. Good day for Fleetwood, who can go third if they can beat Cambridge. A game you'll see live with us tomorrow. And Rushden now in 9th place. A win here will take them above Mansfield and into 6th. Down at the bottom, still Altrincham, bottom of the pile. And Forest Green, Cambridge and Histon also in those relegation spots. So in a poor result there for Crawley away at Barrow. Yeah, but a good result for Barrow. I'm sure Dave Bayliss and Darren Sheridan will be delighted with a point, but Steve Evans won't be. He'll be expecting, if they're going to maintain a promotion push and be top of the league, he'll expect to pick up 3 points at the likes of Barrow. So back to this game, two teams then who are pushing for playoff places, and Mansfield buoyed by this new investment this week. Yeah, they have. Is it speculation? Is it paper talk? But no, talking to David earlier, hopefully the chairman is going to put a lot of money in and not be able to strengthen straight away, but come January, if they're up there, you'll see a strong push from Mansfield Town. And as for Rushden, a team with plenty of experience, including Tim Sills in attack, a man who you'll know very well from this level, and a man who was in the league last season. Yeah, that's right, Tim, very experienced at this level. He's not got a lot of pace, he never has had a lot of pace, but what he does, his movement's quite good. He knows how to come onto the back post, and you'll always find him lurking at the far post, ready for any tappings or headers at the back post. And also for Rushden, Jamie Day, who was superb in the week. Plays left back but likes to advance forward. Yeah, he won the Player of the Month last month for Rushden, so he's a player that, as you said, Joe, he likes to push forward, he likes to get down the outsides and put quality balls into the box, so I'm hoping to see a lot from him down that left-hand side this evening. And up against the likes of Tim Sills today, this man, Steve Foster, in the heart of the Mansfield defence, a very experienced figure. Very experienced, I remember him from a time at Doncaster, good talker, good leader of men, and I'm sure he'll want to rectify the 5 goals that they conceded the other day against Wimbledon. He'll want to keep a clean sheet today with his defenders. And the man scoring the goals so far for Mansfield, this man, Paul Connor, 4 goals in his last 6 starts. Yeah, that's right, he's a big lad, he's good in the air, he's got a reasonable touch as well. And like all good strikers, he knows where the back of the net is. So we saw plenty of goals at the new lawn on Thursday, 6 between Forest Green and Grimsby. More today? I'm not saying there'll be more, but there'll definitely be goals in this one. So it's the 9th and final game of the day in the Blue Square Bet Premier. It should be well worth watching. Rushden against Mansfield is coming next here on Premier Sports. Into Nene Park, we're all set for this one between Rushden and Mansfield. But just a check here on some of the big games coming your way over the next few months on Premier Sports. Tomorrow, we're at Fleetwood Town against Cambridge United. And later this month, Southport against Kidderminster Harriers. In November, some big games, including Wrexham against Luton Town. And a battle at the bottom at the end of the month, involving Histon and Bath City. Then in December, Crawley Town, who've seen their lead drop to just 1 point today. They take on Mansfield Town on the 16th of the month. Then in January, a big game to look forward to there, Luton Town against Grimsby Town. That's on Tuesday the 25th. But then in the here and now at Nene Park, a fixture in which both teams will want to take points off one another in the quest for a spot in the playoff places in this year's Blue Square Bet Premier. So a check then on the two team lineups for you. One change for Rushden from the side who won here against Darlington on Tuesday night. It comes at the back. South African fullback Justin Miller drops out. Curtis Asano switches to right back. Shane Hoop will partner Jamie Stewart in central defence. And 22-year-old Alan Power comes into midfield. Former Mansfield man Aaron O'Connor has scored 4 goals so far.
Yeah, manager Justin Edinburgh will be wanting to set his stall out 4-3-3. Very positive he'll be from the first whistle, and what he'll be looking for is midfield 3, Porter, Power and Johnson to take control of that midfield area. We're having the 3 in there, probably against the 2 midfield players of Mansfield.
Well, Mansfield field a debutant in goal, Estonian international Mikael Aksalu, who's due on a temporary loan from Sheffield United this week, with Ali and Marriott needing groin surgery. Carl Nix is out because of illness, so the youngster Luke Medley comes in.
Manager David Holdsworth set it out 4-4-2, and what he'll be hoping for is that his defenders, his back 4 can keep a clean sheet after the goals they conceded in midweek, but also Briscoe and Kane, the wide players, they'll be looking to get the ball out to them, hopefully get down the flanks and provide the ammunition for the lad Connor and Medley.
And for those of you who might fancy a flutter, you see Rushden there 10-11, Mansfield the outsiders 9-4, 12-5 the draw. I mentioned right at the top, plenty of goals between these two down the years. 4 or more goals today, you can get odds of 5-2. So there were 5 goals when the teams last met at Field Mill back in April, when Mansfield won by 3 goals to 2. Rob Duffy with a stoppage time winner from the penalty spot. So the two teams emerge here at Nene Park in Earthling Borough in Northamptonshire on the banks of the River Nene. Ground which can hold up to 6,000 people, just around about 1,000 expected today. So Rushden, who start the day inside the top 10 along with Mansfield Town. You know, a win here will take them above today's opponents and into 6th spot in the Blue Square Bet Premier table. So we can take a chance now to have a word with the two managers, starting with David Holdsworth, the man in charge of Mansfield. He's with Alex Gordon-Martin.
David, good to see you after a difficult summer. You must be pretty happy with how it's gone, just outside the playoff places.
Yeah, we're delighted with that. It was only a start, and obviously we're looking to build on that if we can.
And with the chairman coming in, the promise of substantial funds, it's pretty exciting times.
Yeah, obviously that's not yet, and obviously he'll keep his money in his pocket at the moment, but likewise, no, we're excited. The stability of the club is the most important thing.
You made no secret of your anger after the Wimbledon games, saying certain players had to look at themselves. You were looking for a really big reaction tonight.
I hope so.
That all?
Yes.
Good luck. Thanks, David.
So the somewhat short views there of David Holdsworth, who was fuming after letting in 5 goals at home against AFC Wimbledon on Tuesday night. And let's get the thoughts now of the Rushden coach, Justin Edinburgh, also with Alex.
Justin, just outside the playoffs at this stage, you've got to be quite happy as well.
Yeah, we're just starting to show some consistency now, so hopefully we can continue that today.
You just missed out in the playoffs last year in the semis. Do you think you're equipped to go one better this year?
It's going to be a tough call, but you know, certainly with the work ethic and the young boys that got here, we'll certainly give it a go again this season.
And just quickly before kick-off, Mansfield have been unpredictable this season. What do you expect from them tonight, especially after last week's loss to Wimbledon?
Well, certainly they'll be wounded from their home defeat against AFC Wimbledon. They should be looking to show their manager a response, but hopefully we can continue the form that we showed here on Tuesday night.
You've managed to keep quite a settled side. You've had the same 16 the last 2 games. Any changes tonight?
We just brought Alan Power in for Justin Miller, but other than that we're the same as Tuesday night.
Thanks, Justin. Best of luck.
So it's not too often you say a player's dropped down to this level to push his international claims, but that is the case for this man, Mikael Aksalu, the 26-year-old Estonian who's made 8 international caps, who's joined on a 2-month loan deal from Sheffield United on Wednesday.
Yeah, the Sheffield United coaches, goalkeeping coach is here to watch him as well, and he was saying he's a very, very useful keeper, good shot stopper. He's got the right size as well to come and claim crosses, so he'll be hoping that he's here for a couple of months and he'll be able to do well for Mansfield while he's here.
Look there at Tim Sills, part of this front 3 for Rushden. Man on loan from Stevenage now, 31 years of age. And the man in charge of this one, Carl Berry from Surrey, who was also in charge of Rushden's 2-1 defeat at Bath back in August. So we're all set to go. 2 teams who have sampled league football in the not too distant past. Rushden in their 5th season back at this level. Mansfield in their 3rd after their 77-year stay in the Football League. And Ian, that's where these two teams want to be once again.
Yeah, without a doubt. They've had a long time in the Football League. Not so much Rushden. They've been new to the Football League, but they've come out of it now, and they'll be wanting to bounce back as quickly as possible. But it's a lovely little stadium as well, Rushden. It's the surface, the pitch is good, the stands are good, and it deserves league football.
A bunch of Mansfield fans here as well, who made the 90-mile journey south down the M1. And it's Rushden with the ball inside these opening stages. Deep field there by Jamie Stewart. Punched away by Aksalu, his first involvement in English football. Been on loan at Sheffield United, but yet to make a first-team appearance. Down that right flat now in towards Sills with a advancing header. And a good couple of yards wide.
I thought it was a free kick on the keeper, Aksalu. His first touch. Welcome to Blue Square Premier. But yeah, a challenge that he'll have to get used to. But no, I thought it was a foul. He did well as well. He didn't come and collect. He saw the opportunity to punch, which was the right decision. I just felt the referee could have blown for a free kick there.
So I mentioned late drama when these two sides last met in April. Fixture here last season. Also scored a 90th minute winner. Playing from Cliff Akarang. A game in which both teams ended with just 10 men. Interestingly, Mansfield have been reduced to 10 men in each of their last 3 away games now. Tim Smith is sent off at Gateshead last weekend. After Steve Foster at Luton and Keegan Parker also saw red at Newport. So the first set-piece chance here will fall the way of the home side. Chance for the likes of Jamie Stewart, Shane Hoop to move forward from defence. Stewart, who wears the captain's armband for Rushden. So Jamie Day here will whip this one in with that left foot. The best ball in though, and fairly comfortably cleared away by Mansfield Town. Header forward by Steve Foster. Now the break might be on here. There's Ashley Kane pressurising. Covering defence though. Trying to pounce on the counter there, Mansfield, who've been pending somewhat inside his opening stages. Now Sills gives chase and knocked out of play by Foster.
Yeah, I think that's one battle we'll look forward to all evening. The one, Sills and Foster, two very experienced players at this level, and it's who wants it most out of them two. I'm sure Steve Foster will have his defenders and his team pumped up after the poor result against AFC Wimbledon.
Foster, the man born in Mansfield, club captain, returned from suspension to take on Wimbledon on Tuesday night. Foster with a header away. Here's Stewart. Again, Sills the intended target. And at that time was won by Chris Smith. Partners Foster in the centre of that Mansfield defence. Heavy touch there. Mansfield with a chance to try and counter with a good recovering tackle. Curtis Asana, who's moved back to right back today. He did play in central defence in the win here against Darlington in midweek. Game in which Rushden had to come from behind. They were 1 down at half-time, but 2 quick-fire second-half goals saw them to victory. And strikes of Renee Howe and Aaron O'Connor. It was a game in which Justin Edinburgh changed shape at half-time. They began with a 4-3-3, but moved to a 4-4-2 after half-time. Feeling that day was that midfield battle became slightly too congested. Now advancing again here, returned to him by O'Connor. Good take back Sarvi.
Yeah, good little run from Aaron O'Connor there. Good build-up play by Rushden. They've set a good tempo early doors. Jamie Day, the left back, he's on the ball quite a bit. And what they're looking for the three strikers, especially Sills, looking for little flick-ons for the likes of O'Connor to run in behind.
Here's Foster. Switching wide again here towards Paul Connor. Sandwith. Day with a good defensive header. Hoisted forward again by Smith. It's back to the Rushden goalkeeper Joe Day, having a prolonged stint in goal now after an injury to Dale Roberts. Interesting, Lance Key, the goalkeeping coach at the age of 42, is on the bench today for Rushden. Sills, O'Connor, Sam with the way. Over again comes in from Jamie Day. Time and space here in midfield for Matt Johnson. Max Porter, right for Asano, who was born in Kenya. Joined Rushden Diamonds for the start of the 2007-2008 season. Initially on work experience when he moved from Reading. Testing away the big right back. Now with the flick. Costly stumble there. Rushden will have the throw. Rushden finished 4th last season in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Reached the playoff semi-finals but lost out to Oxford United. Going down by 3-1 on aggregate. Post start by Aksanu. Finds himself behind Richard Wright and Steve Simonson with Sheffield United, hence the move here. Stewart back here for Joe Day. Take that touch and clear downfield. Goes O'Connor. In the air though by Smith. Power, who's come into midfield for Rushden today. Chance then here for Asano to try and launch a long throw. Max Porter lurking just on the edge of the penalty area. So to Matt Johnson. Sanders balling and flicked on by Howe, and Sills agonisingly wide.
What a chance that was for Tim Sills. Just a long throwing flick on at the near post, something that I'm sure they'll have worked on the training ground. Tim Sills has just got in front of the defender, and we have seen him for years after years putting balls like that in the back of the net, and unfortunately he's just headed it wide of the Mansfield goal.
To score his first goal for Rushden Diamonds, the man on loan from Stevenage Borough. Signed a 3-month loan deal last month. He helped Stevenage last year to the title in this league. The season before that, he helped Torquay to victory in the playoff final at Wembley Stadium. Power, lovely ball wide here. To Rene Howe. Connor wants the pull back. It's Sills again! This time it's a goal for Tim Sills. His first for the club, his first chance squandered, his second chance taken.
Yeah, we just said he just missed an header. That was what Tim Sills is all about, his heading ability. But he just shown us there that when it gets a second chance, the ball just rolled into him, and it's a great finish. As we see, crossfield ball, Kevin Sanders just caught out of position slightly in the left back area. He's done ever so well, just little ball back. Tim Sills, left foot, give the keeper Aksalo no chance whatsoever.
Well, we said we were confident of goals again here today. It's taken just over 8 minutes for Rushden Diamonds to find the breakthrough. Tim Sills scores for the first time in the colours of Rushden Diamonds. And a goal they thoroughly deserve after a very bright start.
Yeah, they've started very well. The tempo's been very good since the kick-off, and I'm sure Justin Edinburgh will be delighted with his team's first 10 minutes or so. I think David Holdsworth might have a problem with the formation that he's set up, with Rushden playing 4-3-3. They're getting a lot of ball in midfield. They're spreading wide as well up front. So I think David might have to look at this in 5 or 10 minutes and think, are we going to have to match the formation that Rushden have got?
Interesting player though, Tim Sills, who's had a couple of spells now in the Football League over the past few seasons, but never really settled at that level. Back here, very much at home in the Blue Square Bet Premier. I wonder why that is though, Ian. What is it about Tim Sills' game which is so adaptable to this level of football?
Yeah, people say there's a big difference between this level and Football League level. They ain't that much difference, but I don't know with Tim, He must be very frustrating because at this level he's scored bags and bags of goals, very experienced, and there's a lot of managers will take him at this level as well because they know his goals are invaluable. And as we see, once the half chance comes, he's missed a chance. He'll have been disappointed with his header, but a minute later he gets that chance and puts Rushden 1-0 up.
So he has scored goals, although he only scored 2 last season in the league. Torquay, after Paul Buckle rejigged his squad for Stevenage in January. What's happened here from Aksalu? The referee, Carl Berry, saying it was offside. We thought there for a moment that Aksalu had handled outside the box. A nervy start from the Estonian. Following in the footsteps of Mark Poom, from Estonian international. His football with Derby. Now the goalkeeping coach for that national side. We'll be watching on intently Aksalu's display today. Here's Ashley Kane for Mansfield. Confusion there, along with Gary Mills, but here's Kane again. Singled out for praise by David Holdsworth on Tuesday. Dangerous ball whipped in, lost by the goalkeeper, but a foul spotted by the referee.
That's a terrific ball back post. I'm not sure whether this is a free kick. I think the keeper's gone up. You just can't touch the keeper these days, but as the ball's gone back post, as we see, terrific ball. The keeper's gone up. I don't think he's done a lot wrong. All right, his arms are raised, but he's not really touched the keeper. I think he's been quite fortunate, Joe Day, there.
Only 20 years of age, Joe Day. He made his league debut in April. Clean sheet of 1-0 win over Wrexham. Signed a new contract in the summer. He was born in Brighton. He was brought in from the Crystal Palace youth system. Shane Huku was back there to clear away from off the goal line in any event. Knocked on here by Sills. Plenty of movement in that front line here from Rushden. Tim Sills, who started on the left-hand side, over on the right side now, and lots of rotation. Yeah,
that's right, and that's a little bit confusing for the Mansfield players as well, because they'll have been designated a man to pick up. Somebody will have said, right, you pick Sills up, but when they're switching like that, Howe and Sills, it makes it difficult. Now Sills has gone into a more central role, so it could be quite a problem for the Mansfield defenders.
Good early tempo at Nene Park. His final game of the day in the Blue Square Bet Premier. O'Connor able to find Rene Howe. Sills wants it again here. It was too long for him this time. Header away was by Gary Silk. It's on by Alan Power. Back from Murray to Aksalu. Adam Murray, another very wily figure at this level of English football. Signed on loan from Luton. It's his 8th appearance today for the club. Possibly a sign of things to come for Mansfield Town with this new money that's been brought into the side.
Yeah, but talking to David, he'll spend it wisely as well. If he does get the money, he's built a complete new team this season, and he's done a very, very good job at the minute. But I'm sure if he does get the money, there'll be better quality players arriving at Mansfield for the push from January onwards to hopefully get in them playoffs.
I mentioned money for Mansfield, but in the middle of your picture there, Max Briggs, the man who was so important in the rise of Rushden Diamonds. They won promotion to the 5th tier of English football only 4 years after their formation. Seem to be writing a text there. And behind Dr. Martins, of course. It's Kane for Mansfield. The Silk. This is Murray. Not one of his better balls.
Now you expect better from Adam Murray. We know he's a quality player, and I'm sure he's a great acquisition for David Holdsworth in the time to come during this season. Loves getting on the ball, little 1-2s, always looking to play there. But he'll be disappointed, David, in the start that Mansfield have made defensively and midfield area. They've just not got to grips with the game so far.
A terrible start on Tuesday at home against AFC Wimbledon. Cross is slipped there by Smith. Sills the goal scorer. And back here towards Porter. Matt Johnson had gone down, there was no free kick given. Here's Day. Johnson back to his feet now. Stewart does like the drift wide and angle balls in towards that penalty area. Neatly worked though for Sills. Now Stewart. This time he will look longer. Towards Howe. Away was by Foster. Further clear by Silk. Goes Day this time. Coming behind Silk this time. Hands raised there by O'Connor. Reaching the poor start for Mansfield on Tuesday. He fell 1-0 down against Wimbledon after 13 seconds. They were 2-0 down inside the opening 10 minutes. Similarly slow start to this one.
Yeah, that's not the start that David Holdsworth would have wanted. He'd have been saying keep it tight, keep a clean sheet, and within 9 or 10 minutes you find yourself 1-0 down.
There's a chance there in that far post area. Asano, who allowed the ball to bounce, but excellent strength there to regain the ball for his side. And went up with the header. It will be a Mansfield Town throw. Stewart with the clearance away. That push in the back there came from Paul Connor. Jamie Stewart now in his second season with the club. Reunited with his former Grays boss, Justin Edinburgh, named club captain last season. And described as a great leader by his current manager. He was in the conference team of the year last year.
And that's what you need in your side, Joe. You need not just one, your captain that's a good leader. You need several in your team. If you're going to do well, you need 3 or 4 that want to roll the sleeves up when things are not going right. And he certainly seems one of them kind of players to me, does Jamie Stewart.
Hoisted long here by Adam Murray. Want to chase this time for Luke Medley. It will be a corner. Mansfield's first of the game. It's the pace of Medley there which caused the issues. 21-year-old who's becoming a fan's favourite. Chris Smith and Foster both arriving inside that penalty area. So it's Briscoe with the corner. Up towards the far post area. Pretty tame header in the end. Rushden should be able to clear away fairly comfortably. Low man forward here is Rene Howe. Applying the pressure on Murray. That was the man who scored the equalising goal here against Darlington on Tuesday. On loan with the club until January from Peterborough United. Tenacious play there by Johnson. Dana. Towards Howe. That time by Smith. Here's Kane. Kevin Samwith. Now Medley. Square of him was Connor. It was a good idea. Slightly too much weight on the ball in there. Kept alive there by Kane. Arriving now is Silk. Bit of time for Murray. Will he have a go here? It's Murray! Good save by Joe Day. Briscoe now. Trying to work her way through, but the space quickly closed down. Yeah, good effort there by Murray, though.
That's better by Mansfield. 2 terrific balls there were. Kevin Sanford, the left back, played in Medley down the left-hand side. Terrific ball, and then Medley first time whipped a great ball in there. And then as it's come out, we can see Adam Murray on the edge of the box, fancying his chances, 20 yards out. Good strike, good save by Jody. Strong hands, palmed it to safety.
Just took that slightly awkward bounce in front of him as well. Murray still searching for his first goal for Mansfield. Meantime, here's Howe for Rushden. Connor. Porter. Lost that time by Howe. Here's Medley again. He's a very pacey customer. Well-timed tackle though, this time coming in from Alan Power. Rene Howe. Aaron O'Connor. Didn't really catch the strike at all. He's been in good goal-scoring form so far this season, 4 to his name. Good ebb and flow about the game in the opening stages though. Kane for Mansfield.
Yeah, they're starting to get on the ball a little bit more, Mansfield. That's what Dean Holdsworth will be wanting, especially Murray there in the centre midfield. He'll be looking for him to get on the ball and direct operations.
Sent along there by Chris Smith. Goal kick is the verdict here. Just go there with the flags towards the referee. Hoping for more from that situation. Too much to feed up so far for Paul Connor. 7 goals for him so far this season. Edinburgh now 40 years of age, his second full season in charge after replacing Gary Hill in April of 2009. He described reaching the conference playoffs last year as the best achievement of his young managerial career. Seen with a slightly lower budget than some of their rivals bidding for those spots in the top 5 places in this division. Team will go about their business very well.
Yeah, that's right, and he was very competitive as a player, Justin, and that's how he wants his teams to be as well. I think he's got a bright future in the game as a manager.
He wasn't actually linked with the Lincoln job this week. Those rumours have been quashed, though. He says he's committed to the challenge here. Is that the level where he can operate in league football?
I don't know whether Lincoln is perhaps a better job than Rushden, to be quite honest. I don't think that Lincoln will have bags of money. They're struggling in the Football League, so I don't think it'd be a step in the right direction, really.
Chris Sutton, who was sacked at Sincil Bank a couple of weeks back. Actually, the Accrington boss, John Coleman, who is the bookies' favourite for that role. Line from Asana, did well there, the right back. Here's Howe with 2 to aim for. Sills had to retreat. Thought about the spectacular, then thought better of it. Here's Kane. Silk. Adam Murray. For Briscoe, who's yet to really get involved in the game. Attention there was to find Ashley Kane once again, but Jamie Day in the way. And Day can carry here. He's an enterprising player, loves to charge forward. The tackle came in there by Smith, who claims it should be a Mansfield ball. Just off the ball here, I think Carl Berry's seen some altercation involving Adam Murray. Just a calming word.
Yeah, I think it must be something off the ball or something they're both saying to one another. I don't think the linesman then knew really which way to give the throw in. I think it were who shouted loudest got the throw.
And caught down in there was Shane Hoop by Medley. So right now towards Briscoe. Tough task there to keep the ball alive. Just failed. Briscoe, a goal scorer on Tuesday against Wimbledon. Despite that heavy defeat, his performance was described by David Holdsworth as the best he's ever seen at this level. That in the 5-2 home defeat.
Well, that's a bold statement after getting beat 5-2. I'm sure he had to praise somebody in that performance. It weren't going to be his defenders, so that is a bold statement.
He's 22 years of age. Scored 1 goal so far this season. Former Port Vale trainee. Will have the free kick here though now. What a chance to try and pump that ball on. Trying to test Joe Day once again. Steve Foster amongst that posse of players on the edge of the penalty area here. In swinging ball in. As ever, Paul Connor poised here. Day thought of that coming, and Day got there.
The ball's got to be a lot flatter, a lot more pace in it than that, because Joe Day will just come for them all day, especially in and around the 6-yard box where it were in. You've got to be looking at the penalty area, in between the penalty area and 6-yard box, and let the likes of Foster and Chris Smith go and attack the ball.
Here's Matt Johnson, got away from Kane with the flags raised here by the assistant, and just squirmed out of play for the throw. Stopping Johnson in his tracks. The man who has impressed the locals here since signing in the summer. 20-year-old who came in from the Ryman Premier League side Averley Town. He's adjusted to life at the higher level very quickly indeed. The first touch there by Louis Briscoe. Simon back for his goalkeeper. Jamie Gay's header can only find Ashley Kane. Medley, neatly worked wide here. Here's Connor. Towards that far post area. There's no challenge there on the goalkeeper, no one to gamble.
Yeah, it's not the greatest of ball, but you don't want your main striker out there crossing the ball. In fact, he needs to be in and around that penalty spot, looking for a good delivery to come. And he knows how frustrating it must be when you see crosses like that, and he's put one in there himself.
With a summer by Paul Connor, arrived from Lincoln. She arrived with some cash from the Mansfield Supporters Club, the 12th stag. He made a contribution towards his wages. The community spirit.
I don't think the supporters will be asked to put their hand in the pocket in the near future, with the chairman promising David Holdsworth quite a bit of money.
Times seem to be changing for Mansfield. Can they change on the pitch here now? They trail 1-0, the early goal from Tim Sills. Another chance though from this corner.
Yeah, they're just starting to get a grip of this game after the first 25 minutes or so. They're getting the ball down. They've now had a couple of corner kicks, but the deliveries so far from the wide players and corner deliveries have not been the best.
Gary Mills will take it, former Rushden man. He began his career here in Northamptonshire. He was actually sent off on his last visit. Mills with the corner. Off the head there of Curtis Asano. Tim Sills who can bring the ball away. And Tim Sills who shanks it straight out of play. The Jekyll and Hyde of Tim Sills.
Yeah, I think Tim's looking at the pitch and looking for a bobble, but I'm not excusing him on that one because the pitch is in immaculate condition.
Foster. Unsure here, the flag is up for offside. See Medley who turned the ball home. Very lucky there. I think it was Shane Hook. Just went beyond him and Medley tried to steer him, but the flag went up for offside.
I didn't think Shane Hook really knew what was behind him. He kind of went to nod it back. I'm not sure whether when the ball was first played, whether Luke Medley was offside.
He's been out of sorts this week, Shane Hook. Missed a couple of days of training because of illness. Doesn't usually play at centre-back, he's more of a midfield man. Filling in there today. Meantime, here's Howe for Rushden. O'Connor trying to work some space. Didn't get the strike away. That came in though for Mansfield. Asano. Too much by way of support there, and Murray came in with the tackle. Asano again trying to go around the outside. He's done well. With his weaker left foot this time. Up goes Johnson with the header. Quickly dispatched by Aksalu for Medley. Drive on here. And a bright first half from Luke Medley.
Yeah, I think he could be the outlet ball for Mansfield if they are to get anything out of this game. I think they've got to start looking. He looks to have plenty of power, definitely plenty of pace. He could be the main player for Mansfield.
And expectations now will be rising on the shoulders of David Holdsworth, the pressure with this new investment. As you're saying though, he will be patient, he'll wait till January and he'll try and find some good deals. He won't waste that money which will come his way.
No, that's right, but I don't think there's much pressure on him at the minute. All right, he's got to keep Mansfield in a position that they'll be able to challenge when the money does come, but at the moment, as David said, he's had no money so far and he's not probably going to get any till January anyway, so he's got to maintain Mansfield stay in a good position in the league, ready hopefully for that money.
John Radford is the man who has come in and bought the club. He actually bought 75% of the shares for just £1. He said he would invest up to £500,000 over the course of the season. He had been losing £10,000 a week. Half of the investment will come in immediately. Another batch will come before the end of the season. I should mention a good win today for David's brother Dean, in charge of Newport County. Good win for them over York City, who are still yet to pick up a manager. Andy Porter left the club this week. It was Martin Foyle, who resigned a couple of weeks back now. Surprising, still no one installed there yet, Ian.
No, that's right. Disappointing result, and the longer they leave it, results start going against you. All of a sudden, you're finding yourself in the bottom third of the division, and it becomes a difficult job for whoever gets the manager's job.
No lack of names who were mentioned when it became vacant. Jimmy Quinn was one of those who put his name in the frame, trying to get back into management at this level. Here's Jamie Day. Now trying to reimpose themselves on the game, try and get themselves back in the ascendancy. Now wide here for Asana. How again, neatly away from the first challenge, dink towards goal. And a nice idea. The execution though not quite there.
Yeah, it's a nice idea, but the Mansfield keeper is probably 6'3", 6'4", and I would find it very, very difficult to chip him. I think he. Better idea would for Howe just to clip one back post for Tim Sills, who we know he's decent in the air.
He's got the top scorer for that man's side, Justin Edinburgh. Felt his team overachieved last year to reach the playoffs. He feels they're overachieving again this season. Here come Mansfield. Out wide now for Ashley Kane. 4 to aim for in the centre. Good header away, that by Stewart. Further clear by Johnson. Coming back well to help out defensively was Aaron O'Connor. Ball now by Day. Towards Howe, who couldn't control first time. Quarter of an hour to go now till half time. Still the early goal dividing these two sides. Probably the Mansfield will want to have Paul Connor more involved in the game.
Yeah, but the service up to him's not been too good there. We just saw a ball hit by Kevin Sandworth, the left back. Just drop it into him. That's what he wants. It's no good playing a ball into the air where he's got a contest, because the support's not there either. So yeah, Paul Connor, he'll be feeling a little bit frustrated that the service has not been right to him so far.
Buoyant bunch of Mansfield fans. We've seen their team won 3 times on their travels so far this season. It's a 90-mile journey for them today. Maybe they couldn't gather. It's the 5th time these two sides have met at this level. They've met up 6 times in League Two. Mansfield have won here only twice. And that's the 1-0 win 2 seasons ago. Nene Park. This was once the smallest town in the country to possess a Football League team, which can hold up to 6,000, as I mentioned earlier on, which will also be a training camp for the 2012 Olympic Games. Corner one here by Rene Howe.
Yeah, good defending in the end by Kevin Sandworth. Just thought Rene Howe had got in behind the Mansfield defence yet again, but Kevin's got a good block on that.
I mentioned the Olympics in 2012. This stadium will be the training area for judo and table tennis. Bit of a random one. Back to the Ashton in this Rushden corner. It's Day. Sat up well for him. You can see the frustration there. He should have done better.
Yeah, he had nothing else on his mind. You could see him shaping up as soon as the ball came to him. Thought he's going to get a touch out of his feet on a good left foot that he's got, but unfortunately for Jamie Day and for Rushden, he couldn't keep it down and didn't make the keeper make a save.
As I mentioned earlier, Ian, he was September's Rushden Player of the Month. He was born in High Wycombe, summer buyer from Peterborough. Day with the header again. Dealt with that time by Silk. Here's Kane and Mills. Steve Foster. Steve Medley again was the outlet there. Here's Hook. Lost to Briscoe. Slipped there by Hook as well. He was lucky that the heavy first touch there of Briscoe saw the champs go begging. See if they flag up here against Aaron O'Connor.
Yeah, that's not good play, that, from the forward O'Connor there. He's looking straight along the line. He's in a great area. Midfield players looked up. He's looking right along the line, and he stood half a yard offside.
Former Mansfield man, Aaron O'Connor. Good burst in here, and Day had to come and get there. Might fall towards Connor. And it was a great surge on from midfield. And the free kick here goes Rushden's way. But an important stop by Joe Day.
Yeah, he was unlucky there. I think it was Gary Mills here, just going forward. He's just slightly overrun it, but that's brave goalkeeping as well from Joe Day. That's what you need from your keeper. He's beat the back line, he's in on goal, and then your keeper comes out brave, solid, kept his goal intact.
Hasn't had too much to do, but alert when required. Howe just fell the way of Aaron O'Connor. Here comes Paul Connor. Here's Jamie Stewart. Still full cover. Medley, who's swapped sides here for the moment. Slides straight out of play there by Joe Day. Wasn't the kindest pass back towards him.
No, it wasn't. Jamie Stewart, the captain there, could have played it a little bit better, little slower pace, but I just thought Joe Day been put under slightly a little bit of pressure, but might have just took a touch and then got it up the field.
Interesting that Medley has now switched sides. He might feel he might have more joy up against Jamie Day and Jamie Stewart, the two left-sided Rushden defenders, particularly when Day tries to attack. Here's the ball in, Hook away, rather clear by O'Connor. Here's Howe. Play for a throw.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too long before Medley's going back over to the left-hand side, because I don't think he'll get much joy out of Day. I like what I see so far. He's bags of pace, bags of energy, likes to get forward, and yeah, I don't think Medley will have too much joy against him.
So that's how things stand in this final game of the day in the Blue Square Bet Premier. A goal that came from Tim Sills after just 8 minutes. Very close with an early header, and a few moments later he powered one home to give Justin Edinburgh's side the early advantage, an advantage they're yet to add to. Maybe the more content manager now as we approach half-time here at Nene Park. Side there by Howe. Foster with the first header. It'll be a Rushden throw. Connor with the layoff. Smart trip there on Curtis Asano by Mills.
I think Mills thought Asano had a little dive there, but no, I think the referee were right on the spot, 2 or 3 yards away. And again, Day's going over with dangerous left foot. He'll be wanting to whip this ball in, as we keep saying, between penalty spot and 6-yard box.
Shane Hoop there, who for a moment had found some space around the back post, should this be a deep one. Day will swing it in. Up in the air off Medley. Sills was waiting for it to drop. Here is Hoop now. And he wins the corner off the back of Briscoe.
Yeah, better delivery from Jamie Day there, caused a little confusion in that Mansfield defence, and now a great opportunity for Rushden to put more quality into that penalty box.
So Matt Johnson will take the corner into that near post area. Salo wasn't sure. It's Medley who whacks the ball to safety. Two signs of a few nerves in that back line, which does come with the territory when a debut goalkeeper comes in. He's never quite sure on the shout and the organisation.
No, that's right, because he won't have had time really to train with his defenders as well. The defenders won't know what to expect from the new keeper. Plus, they conceded 5 goals through midweek, so defensively they'll not be that confident.
He's also far from fluent in English. Stoney, who only arrived in this country last season, signed a 2.5-year deal with Sheffield United. He's won 8 senior international caps. Silk here for Kane. And Stewart away. Out to the ball has kept it in play here. Rushden throw that. Mansfield thought it was theirs, but stopped in their tracks there by Carl Berwick. Downfield from Day. It went O'Connor. Johnson with the ball forward, but straight out of the stadium. Silks through it. Good flick on that by Connor for Luke Medley, who had time to turn there. Mills, who charged on ahead of him, wanted the early ball. Here's Kane. Silk arriving from right back. A sliding tackle. It will be a corner. Again, it was Ashley O'Connor back there defensively helping out.
Yeah, that's good. You don't want to really see your centre forwards or your forward that deep back in your own half, but it just shows that he's willing to work for his manager, tracking all the way back. Perhaps resulted in a corner kick, but it could have been a lot more for Mansfield if Aaron O'Connor had not tracked his defender back.
Swinging corner coming up here for Mansfield. 32nd minute. Driven and well, but a good commanding header away. Kane. It's a slightly heavy first touch. It was Day who came in with the tackle. Slightly winded by that one, Jamie Day. To compose himself, but again, another good showing from him today.
I've been very impressed first 40 minutes or so, and it just makes you wonder what other managers feel about the players. He has been at Peterborough, and I would have thought he'd have been able to handle Division 1 football. And what I've seen so far, no problem.
Coming here for Howe. Moment there, Rushden has sat back very deep. Lost here. Medley. Trying to win the ball back. Sano went in with a very strong tackle, deemed to be a fair one by the referee. Just a few challenges flying in now. So Sano in there again. Briscoe who went in, still we play on. Things just heating up it. Good to see.
I think if we'd have been commentating on a Premier League game, I think the referee had given about 5 free kicks so far in that little 30-second spell. Here we can see tackles, bodies flying about, and referee just rightly so as well, just saying play on, let's get on with it. And again, nothing wrong with that tackle, not a lost cause. It's great, absolutely great to see.
It has been the big theme of the past week or so, hasn't it, across the football land. Some very outspoken comments from Danny Murphy this week about the current level of tackling in the English game. Good to see that endeavour and that real determination to try and win the ball, and it was fair as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's all you ask for in a tackle. Fairness in a tackle. You don't like to see players getting injured, and I'm not sure whether I agreed with Danny Murphy on one or two things.
Good to see a player there coming out and making some honest comments. Here's Murray. Now Kane. Away there from Porter. Was by Shane Hook. Inside that by Silk. Sat it well for Mills. Fantastic volley, and equally good save by Joe Day.
What a strike that was from Gary Mills. Technique absolutely superb. Little flick up, that was heading top corner, and what a save that was from Joe Day. That is out of the top drawer of goalkeeping. Tremendous save.
Well, outstanding stuff there from both Mills and Joe Day to keep the score at 1-0 to Rushden. Here's the corner. This time it's well cleared away by Jamie Stewart. Such a sweet volley there from all the 25, maybe 30 yards out. Another free kick here in favour of Mansfield, given away this time by Ashley O'Connor.
What a boost that would have been for David Holdsworth and his team, but for that man there, it would have been on level terms. But what a terrific save. He'll be proud of that one, I'm sure.
Just 20 years of age. Probably one of the highlights of his career so far. He'll want to see that one time and time again. There might be one more test coming his way towards the end of the first half here in stoppage time now, in which there'll be just the 1 minute. It's taken by Mills. Here's Briscoe. Couldn't quite keep the strike down. It will be a corner though. Nick on the way through there.
Terrific, well-worked free kick, definitely off the training ground. Little ball into the striker, played it out wide. Great free kick, but as we can see, the technique and the quality of both strike and save there on both instances was absolutely first class.
Here's the corner. There's half chance in there. You see the appeals there, there might be a slight push, which wasn't spotted by Carl Berry. See the appeal there towards the referee.
Yeah, I think it's Chris Smith who's having a go at the referee, but he definitely got above. As we see, he's got the run on the defender, he's got above. No, I don't think there was nothing in that. He just got up a little bit too early, didn't time it to perfection, but great opportunity.
So there goes the half-time whistle. And a lively first half here at Nene Park. And Tim Sills, the man whose goal divides these two sides. He had one bite of the cherry early on, the second one produced the goal. But what a great save by Joe Day, right on the stroke of half-time to keep out Gary Mills, to keep the scoreline at 1-0 to Rushden. But that's the man whose goal divides these sides, Tim Sills, and the half-time score, Rushden Diamonds 1, Mansfield Town 0. Behind Crawley. Don't forget, 2 more games to come tomorrow. Kidderminster against Grimsby Town, and then we're live at Highbury Stadium for Fleetwood Town against Cambridge United. Our coverage of that one starts at 3:45. We've seen some terrific games over the past few days here on Premier Sports, and hopefully that one will live up to what we've seen already. So the two sets of players are back on the field of play here now at Nene Park. Change here for the home side. The change will see Jamie Day go off, which is suddenly of a surprise for Rushden Diamonds. It must be injury related because he had a terrific first half again, very good past few weeks.
Yeah, I was very impressed with him, and I think what it was in the bottom left-hand corner when he got a little challenge, I think he might have tweaked his groin or something like that, but it's definitely got to be an injury, because Jamie Day certainly impressed me that first 45 minutes.
You can see there, Kurt Robinson is the man who has come on to take the place of Jamie Day. That's the first change of the game so far. Here it's an ankle injury, which is the reason why Jamie Day has not reappeared for this second half. So a second half which Mansfield Town will get underway, playing from right to left now, playing towards the end in which their bank of travelling supporters are located, and trying to come from behind here at Nene Park. Here's Louis Briscoe, found by Medley. He's tied here towards Gary Mills, who had that fantastic volley towards the end of the first half. It's not been the best spell for Mansfield Town over the past few weeks. Coming into this one, 3 games without a win, slipping down from their spot on top of the table a few weeks back to a place now outside of those playoff positions. David Holdsworth will know if they were to fall to defeat here today, they would be overtaken in the table by host Rushden. On here by Rene Howe. Matt Johnson's the player who will do the chasing. Out of play by Kevin Samwith. Here's Asano. Busy first half at right back. Involved in 1 or 2 tussles along with Louis Briscoe on this near side. Justin Edinburgh, who saw his team go in front after just 8 minutes here, and who led Rushden to 4th last season. It was their first top 10 finish in any league since 2003. So he's doing a good job here at Nene Park. And hope to hang on to their lead now in this second half. Just wonder how Mansfield will try and change things now to try and peg back his side. Yeah,
I don't think he'll change that much. I think the first 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes, sorry, would have given Dean Holdsworth some optimism, because I thought his side come back into the game and he'll have said, right, last 15 minutes we were useful, keep that going.
Here's the pace of Aaron O'Connor, twisting and turning. O'Connor's drive Couldn't find the target. He had the appetite there to search towards goal.
Yeah, positive run from O'Connor, but once he got into this position, he's got the defender, he's going at him at pace. He's either got to hit it across goal or look for his midfield runners. And definitely Max Porter had made a terrific run from midfield, probably 30-40 yards to get up in support. Perhaps just a square ball inside would have been a better option.
He'll be desperate to score against his former employers. He was with Mansfield the season before last. He scored 8 goals in 39 games there before being released and joining Rushden. He scored in the 3-2 defeat back at his old club Mansfield in April. Terrific game between these two, which was not decided until the 90th minute. Duffy penalty. Sills covering there and Sills clearing. He scored an early headed chance before turning home. Beyond the debutants in the Mansfield goal today, Estonian Mikael Aksalu. Switched there by Luke Medley. Rushden will have the throw. Perhaps the liveliest Mansfield figure in the first half, Medley. Really trying to torment the likes of Jamie Stewart and Shane Hook in that back line for Rushden Diamonds. Here's Medley again. This time it was Curtis Asano in with a tackle. And Connor trying to get away from Sills. There's no foul given. There's Alan Power. Pressure applied by Adam Murray. O'Connor once more. And this time the whistle does go for the free kick.
That's an unnecessary free kick to give away there as well. I think it was Chris Smith. Yeah, it was Chris Smith. When you get into that position, just stand up. He's going nowhere. Just stand up. Let him accept the ball. He's only going to lay a short ball off. And now they get a free kick that they're going to put high into the 18-yard box and put pressure on Mansfield defenders.
So can Rushden conjure here? Sent in by Jamie Stewart. Sills went up to try and meet it. Trickle behind tamely for the goal kick. Mansfield were 9th last season in this division, with 16 points short of the playoff places. It's their 3rd season now back down in this league after 77 years in the Football League. Relegation in 2008. 23 points in their 14 games so far, which was the same as their tally at this stage last season. Off the playoff places. They're hoping to maintain a decent start this time around. Foster downfield. So Kurt Robinson will be coming up half-time in place of Jamie Day. Will take the throw. He's 20 years of age himself. He came off the bench against Darlington here on Tuesday. 2nd season now with the club. Initially joined on loan from Ipswich Town. He's made 5 starts so far this season, but off the bench now for the 5th time. He once played for the England under-17 side. Coming in there on Rene Howe. Steve Foster, who whacks the ball downfield. That's on by Connor. Yet to really link up particularly well with Luke Medley. The night sky, but it's Mikael Aksalu here, you can gather.
Yeah, he just needed a little bit of communication there from the Mansfield players around O'Connor. He could have took that down, or he could have held it up and played it out wide to Briscoe, and just did nothing really, just a little flick on, but that's through lack of communication. Just talking to one another, it makes it so easier for the man on the ball when people around you talk to you.
Sano will advance here from right back. Johnson's a potential target, so too Howe. They're behind him. Touched by Johnson. Sano again. Nicked away from Briscoe. Covering tackle quickly came in. And for another throw here. Trying to advance from his full-back row. Or rather, Curtis Asano. So he will leave the throwing duty to Matt Johnson. Wind up a long one here. You can see Tim Sills just inside that 6-yard area. Towards Sills. He's got the touch on. Drops that here to Porter.
Good strike there. Great first touch. Ball come out. As we see, first touch here. Great control. Good strike. Good save in the end. Well behind it, the keeper, but terrific technique, terrific strike.
There's no flag here. It's Medley for Mansfield Town, and it's off the upright. So unlucky, and all the time in the world, but could only find the post.
He'll be cursing his manager on the sideline. He'll be thinking, how has he missed it? He's got all the time in the world. He's beat the offside trap. Just when you're looking for a little bit of composure, he's got it on his strong foot, left foot, and he's dragged it wide. He got to score from that position.
Luke Medley, who has found the target 5 times so far this season. You can see the anguish there on the face of Luke Medley.
I think if he'd have just waited an extra second, the keeper had already gone down as well. He perhaps could have walked into the goal, but that is a crucial miss, and one that he knows he should have put Mansfield back on level terms.
One which will certainly keep Rushden on their toes. Mansfield have the price on the counter-attack. Without question, Mansfield's best chance of the game so far squandered. Robinson with the Rushden throw here. And came for the short one. Here's O'Connor trying to find power. Touched by Stewart. Robinson again. David Holdsworth, who saw his side the poor start again here, but they bounced back very well since going behind. Better at the end of the first half, and that golden chance now at the start of the second.
Yeah, he'll be wondering how his team is still really 1-0 down with the chances that they have coming towards the end of the first half, and that excellent chance there for Luke Medley.
Collision here in midfield, given away of Rushden Diamonds. Chance to try and put that ball long, and chance for the big man from defence to move forward. Shane Hooper's moved towards the back post area. What's it talking to here for Paul Connor? Stewart in there as well. So the two captains set to contest this one. Mansfield against Stewart of Rushden. It's in from Robinson. It'll be a goal kick.
Good ball in from Robinson, whipped in, plenty of pace. Good line from Mansfield, didn't drop too deep as well to give the keeper a little bit of breathing space, a little bit of area to come and collect the ball if need be, but well defended in the end.
David Holdsworth, whose only previous job was at Ilkeston Town in the Northern Premier League. He replaced Nigel Jempson, who was only in charge there for 5 months before he was plucked by Mansfield. He was captained by the England under-21 side. 500 league appearances in a long career with the likes of Watford, Birmingham, Sheffield United amongst others. He ended his playing days with Gretna up in Scotland.
Yeah, uncompromising defender as well. He knew how to attack the ball, he knew how to defend, and that's one thing that might have upset him in the 5-2 defeat at home against AFC Wimbledon.
See some changes taking place here for Mansfield Town. It's this goal kick. Just waiting to be taken. I think it was Ashley Kane who was the first man who went off. Paul Connor is the second man who will make way. Number 9 there, Rob Duffy, is going to come on. It was Duffy who scored the winning goal between these two sides in April in the 90th minute. He's on to try and repeat the feat again today, or at least this time, just to get his side back level. Rob Duffy coming on. The other man who came on was Keegan Parker. There's Duffy. He's straight in the mix now in this penalty area, so too Parker. Mansfield attempt to get themselves back on level terms. Kane and Connor replaced, and Mills here might fancy this one. Slightly further out from where he hit that wonderful first half volley. This time from the dead ball situation. Can he try and test Joe Day once again? Dinked in this time by Mills. Comfortable first header away, and further clear by Matt Johnson. And by Samwith. Now here's Aaron O'Connor.
Positive move from Dean Holdsworth there. He's brought his main striker off, Paul O'Connor, who, in fairness, all right, people say he weren't on the ball much and he didn't get much service as well. Felt sorry for him up there, but it's a positive move. He's changed his two strikers, and he realises with only probably 30 minutes to go, he does need a goal to get back in this game.
Holdsworth, who has thrown on Rob Duffy, 27-year-old Welshman, formerly of Rushden. This was the first senior club of his career, signed by Terry Wesley back in 2001. Made 30 first-team appearances until 2005. It was all about the Holdsworth family as well. He played with Newport County last season under Dean. Offside. Clark, the man who's penalised the other man who just came on. The Scotsman, one of those who was sent off. He's a spell of 3 away games where Mansfield have seen a man sent off in each one. We saw it at Newport last month and served a 3-game ban, but back in the 16-man squad again today. Sills went up to try and meet their header. Here's O'Connor. Silk with the first clearance.
Yeah, I think David Holdsworth had just said to his striker, go on there and get me a goal. I don't care how it comes or where it comes, just go on there. We need to get back in this game quickly.
Quite the same tempo here after half-time, but can Rushden try and change things here now? Swept away downfield well by Foster. Parker, who will try and give chase, but well defended by Stewart. Then a thundering tackle came in. Terrific tackle that, I think it was by Mills, who went flying in, and fairly. Mansfield will have the throw and a chance to try and push forward now, try and pen Rushden back in as we approach the hour mark at Nene Park. Silk with the throw. Decent ball in now. And it was Duffy who went up with the header.
That's a great ball in. I think it's from Silk, is it, down that right-hand side. He's put a terrific ball in there. Duffy's got above his 2 markers in the 6-yard box. Difficult though for him. He's coming with pace. He's got bodies round him, and unfortunately for him and Mansfield, he couldn't keep it down.
He's scored 3 goals so far this season, Rob Duffy. Scored 9 in the second half of last season after joining the club. Here's Howe. All over the top, and Johnson was trying to make the most of it, but it was well defended by Samwith. Medley dropping deep here, trying to find Parker. Down his left-hand channel. Got away from Hook. Didn't get the ball beyond Asano though. Here's Howe. Excellent sliding tackle by Foster. Murray caught napping. Hook trying to release Tim Sills, who was offside there. He was a long way from goal as well. Had he been flagged onside,
yeah,
he found it hard to make it all the way to the goal there.
Just drifted offside, Tim Sills. We know, and he knows that he's not the quickest. He needed a yard to get in front, but found himself, the defenders had stepped up and found himself considerably offside.
Here's Johnson. Glance up looking for options, but just at the moment things not quite coming off for both sides, but Mansfield will feel they're in the ascendancy. And here's Gary Mills. Medley trying to get there. Oh, and the pass couldn't quite find his stride. Medley still. Really good counter by Mansfield. In by Samwith. It was Parker who went in with the goalkeeper. pass can only find Silk here for Mansfield. And drive on again, but a loose piece of control.
I feel a goal's coming, Joe, for Mansfield. They're pushing, they're probing. Great run from Mills, beat the offside trap, made a run through. That's what you don't see these days in modern football. A midfield player willing to run beyond the strikers. He did that and played a great ball in. It just medley, didn't have the time to get up in support and get on the end of a telling cross.
I'm sat next to Mystic Meg here with you predicting goals. And early on at the new lawn, Forest Green, on Thursday, we ended up seeing 6. Just the one here so far, though. Here can Rushden again. 3 to aim for here. Good save by Xardo. Down at that near post area. Behind for the corner.
Yeah, he'll have been disappointed at Xardo if he'd have got beat near post. That's the one thing that keepers don't like doing. We see it's a tight handle. He was never going to get beat from there. I'm sure there'd have been questions asked if he had been.
So Rushden trying to up the ante, raise the tempo. Deep corner towards Hook. He got the last touch there. That'll be a Mansfield throw. Attack towards this corner flag on the near side. Johnson here will come all the way over here to try and take it. So arriving now for the short one, but Johnson will look long here. Again, Sills lurking in that near post area. Marshalled by both Stanwyth and Foster. Drilled in low this time. Good header away by Foster. Back in the mix by O'Connor. There's Porter. Here's Howe. That was by Max Power. It's found a way here to Matt Johnson. Time to pick out his options here. Drilled in with real pace, but too much pace.
Yeah, he got caught in two minds there, whether to drive it hard and low or just clip one in, and he's done neither in the end. He's whipped it in with too much pace, and it's gone above everybody. But a great opportunity there for Matt Johnson to put a quality delivery in and cause problems in that Mansfield defence.
Second change coming up here for Rushden Diamonds. It will occur now. So Tim Sills is the man who's going off. His goal still separates these two teams. Feels like a long time ago now when it arrived after just 8 minutes. Replaced now for the final 25 minutes or so by Lewis Spence. There might be a slight change of shape now from Rushden, who began with a 4-3-3. See whether they try and revert to a more conventional 4-4-2. Robinson. Will try and give chase.
Yeah, I think they have. I think you're right, Joe. They have gone to a 4-4-2. Justin just feels probably Mansfield are getting on top slightly and causing 1 or 2 problems to Rushden. So I think he's gone for a more solid look and a more solid midfield.
Foul spotted here by Carl Berry. So Mansfield then will have this free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. Dangerous area.
It's a free kick. It's a free kick. He's gone down quite easily, but it's in a great position. This Kevin Sandwood's got a terrific left foot. I think Briscoe's coming over to either put one in left foot Sandwood or right foot it is, and it's Gary Mills. I'm sure that's the better option, Gary Mills, surely.
So 2 lined up in the wall. It's actually been left by Mills, now in by Sandwyth. Just too high, but sliced behind at the far post. A real mistake there. They need this corner given away. Alan Power was the guilty party. And the pressure mounts here now on that Rushden goal. Mansfield growing ever more now into this contest. Very good gather though by Joe Day. Came out early, came out well. And now the quick throw. Here's Rene Howe. 3 forward here for Rushden Diamonds. O'Connor wanted it early. Still waits towards the back post. It's Howe still. Square now towards Power. But given away, and now here comes Luke Medley. End-to-end stuff now at Nene Park. Claims for handball here against Parker, but not given. Parker in with that right foot. Finds Murray. Silk. Lovely change of pace there by Briscoe to take on Robinson. But Robinson came back, got there in time and put the ball out of play with the throw.
That's good defending by Robinson, because I thought he was beat. I thought he'd gone on the outside, Briscoe over him. I thought he was going to dart into that 18-yard box, but good recovery from Robinson.
Parker beaten by the backs of the ball there. Jamie Stewart who cleared. Slight step by Foster. Howe to try and release O'Connor. Now, has he got the pace here against Foster? Yes is the answer. O'Connor got there first. Support slow to arrive. Goes back for Spence. Diving header away. And as far as Robinson. Now here's Power. Good build-up play here by Rushden Diamonds. Can they find their second goal? It's Asano. He went away from Medley. Now feeds Johnson. 5 wait for the cross. And it was well defended. Shane Hoot now. Howe. Here comes Samwith. Decent spell here though from the home team. First time in a while they've been penning Mansfield back. Here comes the pressure from Gary Mills on Power. And it was good pressure, forced the bad pass.
And that's just what hard work does. You close people down and you force them into doing things that they don't need to do, on it as again. But the game's becoming a little bit more stretched now, and that'll be good news for Mansfield. They'll be open to counter-attack.
Duffy with the header. That's a bit of a slip coming in there from Stewart. Keegan Parker, who had tried to gamble to go in behind him. He's looked to be a lively figure since he's come off the bench, Parker. So too Duffy. And David Holdsworth will be hoping that double change can reap the rewards now as we approach the final 20 minutes. Rushden were champions of this division. 10 seasons to go now. And that brief stay in the Football League. Got themselves as high as what is now League One. And a win here tonight will take them 6th and just outside those playoff places. Helped on here towards Howe. Who is offside.
Yeah, good line again by Mansfield. Once they'd lost the ball down that area, skipper Steve Foster, I'm sure, shouting to his central partner, just slightly push up a little bit, and Howe was caught 3 or 4 yards offside.
Free kick pumped long here by Silk towards Parker. Battle going on here involving Foster and Howe. It's Howe who has been penalised for a tug of the shirt there. Not sure that Howe agrees with the decision. It means that Mansfield will have a free kick 12 or so yards inside the Rushden half. Samwith will take it. Both Chris Smith forward alongside Foster. And again Day gathers well. Very composed goalkeeper despite his young years. Some very good save today, and from lots of balls in like that.
Yeah, that's good goalkeeping, because it tells you something from your defenders. You know, if the ball goes over your head, you're going to have a keeper there. All right, he's only a young lad, 20-year-old, but very confident. He seems, that 18-yard box, the keeper's reluctant to come out of the goal line in the 6-yard box. Joe Day there commands the 18-yard box. I've been very impressed with him today.
Here's Parker, got himself goal side of the hoop, but guess who's there again? Joe Day. I wonder whether Dale Roberts, the regular goalkeeper here for Rushden, might find it quite hard now to try and get himself back in the first team. His return from injury is only thought to be a few weeks away now. Rushden next up go to Tamworth, and they're home to high-flying Fleetwood Town. A bit of squaring up going on that far side of the field of play, but quickly stamped out by Carl Berwick. In the spot to calm things down. Still yet to see a yellow card in this game. We played 72 minutes.
I know he's not had a lot to do with the referee, but I've been quite impressed. He's let the game flow, he's let tackles go that people would usually pull up for, and yeah, I think he's refereed it quite well.
Well contested stuff. Here's Parker for Mansfield. And it was a good flick on towards him. Seemed slow there to realise he had the chance almost.
Yeah, seemed to have a good understanding, Duffy and Parker, that's just come on. Duffy's the one that's just winning him and flicking on, and Parker's getting on the end of him. I just felt as though he could have flung himself a little bit at that with his right foot to go for a volley, but from where we are, it must have been a little bit further away from him than we thought.
Second half, quite short on chances. The best one certainly fell Mansfield's way. Luke Medley stripped the woodwork. Here is Medley again. Tries the 1-2 to get around the outside of Asano. Parker now with the pace. Stewart's come across. Stewart will try and see that behind. It will be a corner. Well, Stewart doesn't agree.
Yeah, he's adamant that he's ushered it out of play for a goal kick. He's having a right go at the referee there, and Parker, as we see it here, well, I think there might have been the slightest touch by the central defender, by the skipper.
Here's the corner. Parker went up. There's the volley off the woodwork. What a wonderful strike by Duffy. Joe Day was completely beaten that time. And for the second time after half-time, Mansfield denied by the woodwork.
What a strike that was. They'll not come closer than that without actually seeing that net bulge. Terrific volley by Duffy. And I've seen the reaction of the manager. He held his head in his hand saying, what more do we have to do to get a goal?
Here's Porter for Rushden. And put behind for the corner by Foster.
Great little passage in play, both at the Rushden end and now at the Mansfield end. But what a strike this was. Left foot volley. Beat Day, all ends up. Terrific technique, terrific strike. So unlucky not to put Mansfield on level terms.
Such a sweet connection, but nothing now helping out defensively. It's Mansfield defend this corner. Low one from Johnson, poor one. Comfortable for Foster. Sano back in the mix. Wanted offside there, Mansfield, but the flag didn't come. Now tussling again, and Howe goes down. The referee was very close by and gave nothing. And not for the first time those two players involved in an altercation. See the shake of the head.
Yeah, as we see Chris Smith there, got above his Rene Aub. Just a bit of an altercation there. No, he's gone down, he's done nothing really. On towards us, Chris Smith, he just seen the ball that he's headed out, make sure it's going out of play.
Nothing really in that one, and again, good decision by the referee to turn a blind eye to those antics. But what a spell that was, almost goals at both ends after fairly subdued second half. Wonderful volley by Duffy. And Porter, who went charging on from midfield for Rushden. And here, the ironic applause from the Rushden fans as they win the free kick.
Yeah, but I'm sure Mansfield can count themselves unlucky so far not to be on level terms. I think they've been the better side after the first 30 minutes. They've had the better chances. Day's produced a couple of wonderful saves, and he'll just be wondering what he has to do for his side to get a goal this evening.
Free kick vehicle finds Spence here. The goal kick's being given. Rushden fans behind that goal. Too sure there whether Carberry made the right decision. And Justin Edinburgh now knows his team are less than 14 minutes away. Priceless 3 points against one of their playoff rivals in many respects, Mansfield Town. Sort of 6 points in this area of the table, which so vital to win. Rushden, who've lost only one of their last 6 games now, has that to become only 1 defeat in 7. Time is against the away side now. Medley. Sano tight to his back. Offside here against Keegan Parker.
He's made some great runs since he come on. He's been full of energy, trying to get in behind the Rushden defence. Unfortunate for him there, just found himself a couple of yards offside, but he's worked exceptionally well since he come on, and he's caused the Rushden defenders all kinds of problems.
Former Scottish under-21 international, began his career with St Johnstone before moving to Blackpool. He helped win the League One playoffs a couple of years back. He started last season with Oldham, went on loan to Berwick. Certainly by the looks of him so far, he's a player who you'd imagine would fit in quite well to league football. But only used from the bench by David Holdsworth today. The awkward bats there for Smith, now lofted on towards Parker. Here's Howe. Johnson. Intended towards Aaron O'Connor, but sliced there by Matt Johnson. Another change coming up then for Mansfield Town. It's going to be Stephen Eisted who's going to come on. 12 minutes to go. The 24-year-old who's been with the club now for 18 months. He's quite a versatile player, but it does seem as though David Holdsworth has now decided to go for 3 up front as they try and chase the game at Nene Park. Parker giving away poorly. Ball came in there from Smith, and Smith went in there with the head. Now what was he doing? Carl Berry saw it. And what will he decide?
I tell you what, he's a very lucky boy if he doesn't walk here, because the referee is telling him to go away. I can't believe the referee has stood there, he's seen that. The lad Smith has gone to headbutt him. He's a very, very lucky boy.
What a let-off. I mean, yes, there was possibly a foul there, but just there.
You just cannot do that. The referee, surely, he stood looking at the incident. All right, it's a free kick, but then he has leant across and he's gone to headbutt him, and he is so lucky to be still on the field.
I have to say fair play there to Lewis Spence, who didn't go writhing around on the ground. Just to confirm, he picked up the first yellow card of the game. Just for a moment, Carl Berry was going towards his back pocket. I thought it had to be a red card for Smith. Only the yellow for Spence. So up towards the final 10 minutes now. It's a Mansfield throw. Kicked on that near post area. Up goes Duffy. Here's Parker. Swept away downfield. No outlet though here for Rushden. Should come straight back. Here's Medley. Appears to move now towards a more left wing position. Long ball on. One skip on there towards Day.
Yeah, it's a difficult ball. It's got to be a wonder ball. It's far too straight from Medley there. He's looking for a midfield player running on, but
let's confirm the yellow card there for Spence. Tackle now by Sandwith. Both sets of players certainly up for the battle. Not long to go here now, and certainly no need to rush for the home side. They'll be counting down the minutes towards this win. Sano's throw. Made up by Howe. Just squeezed it on there towards O'Connor.
He's an uncompromising defender, Smith, but he's a very lucky defender as well. Because if the referee, surely he's got to have seen it. He's got to have seen it. He's seen the lad make the tackle. He's booked him, and he told Smith to get away from the incident.
Very strange. Here's Asana. Dug out a good ball. Smith throw it away. Still complaining towards the referee, Smith. Not entirely sure why. So maybe a big one missed there by Carl Berry. 82nd minute. In by Johnson. Foster went up. He clears away. Touched by Hoop. Turns out to be a good ball for Asana. Up against Medley now. towards the bylines, done very well, Asano. And O'Connor waiting at the back post. In goes Hook. Now here's Keegan Parker for Mansfield to take on Kurt Robinson. Appeals for a free kick there, came from Justin Edinburgh. He was right on the spot.
Yeah, I thought Justin was that close to the incident. I thought he was going to run on and make a tackle himself there, but good defending from the substitute Robinson that's come on. He's looked quite lively at left back since he came on.
So final change then for the home side, and Alan Power is the man who will make way. And Ryan Charles will enter the fray here now. And who came off the bench when Rushden were chasing the game here on home soil against Darlington on Tuesday. And where they came from behind, from 1-0 down to win by 2-1. A different occasion now as they try and hang on to their 1-goal lead.
Looks as though he's still being positive though, Justin Edinburgh. He's sent the lad up and playing 2 strikers. I thought he might have opted to play 1 striker and 5 across the midfield just to tighten it for this last 7 minutes or so, but it doesn't seem the way. He seems to be still wanting that second goal to make the game over and done with.
So he feels his team is overachieving. He's hailed the ethos and the work rate and the spirit amongst his squad at the moment. Set to be 2 wins in the space of 5 days for them. Off the ball again here, just a bit of aggro going on, but nothing too much. Going to be Kevin Sandwich with the Mansfield free kick. Yeah, another poor one. Good gather, but the Mansfield fans behind that goal really showing their frustration. We've seen plenty of set-piece opportunities been squandered by their team today.
Yeah, Kevin Sandwich's got better quality than that, and he's seen the keeper, Joe Day, come on numerous occasions out of his penalty area to come and collect balls like that, so he's just got to drop it a little bit short or hit it at a better angle.
Connor linking neatly with Rene Howe. This is Spencer will drive on. It's a game which feels like it's about to boil over any second.
You're just waiting for something to happen. I think 1 or 2 niggly things going off, and Rushden trying to waste time holding the ball. Mansfield players not happy with him.
Given away there by Sandwich. The ironic cheers of the home supporters. Sano's throw. Another piece of control. Helped on now by Medley. Keegan Parker's through. It's Keegan Parker. Had to go first time. Maybe there went with the wrong foot. He went with the right. Maybe the left might have been the better option. Just peeled away. He was certainly onside. Got away from Jamie Stewart. David Holdsworth knows another chance has gone begging there. Set to be 4 games without a win now for Mansfield Town. Remember the team who were top of the Blue Square Bet Premier just a matter of weeks ago. On there by Matt Johnson. Is Silk. Murray, long driven ball, again overhead, and Joe Day here can just wait 1 or 2 seconds. To make that journey back up the M1, journey without points again. We've seen their teams come mighty close after half-time, those 2 efforts against the woodwork. Volley from Duffy and the strike that came in from Medley. 351 Mansfield fans have made the journey here today.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be too disappointed in the performance. I think they performed quite well after the first 20, 25 minutes or so. But I think they'll be disappointed in the result.
Seemed to be a push there by Asano on Medley, but it wasn't spotted by the referee. He was given a goal kick, and Medley still feels he was hard done by that. Just not quite falling his way or his team's way after half-time. Still that very early Tim Sills goal. All to choose between these two today. Anyhow, a judge to have been guilty of the infringement. So Sabu, pump it long here. Duffy went up with the first header. Samuel. Medley. A waste there from a wide area. Plenty of amber and blue shirts were forward. Could be found there by the pass from Medley.
Chosen by Bradshaw Financial Solutions. That goes to number 13, Joe Day.
Here around the ground, Joe Day has been named the local sponsors man of the match. The Instodian's view in just a few moments so time. Still weighing up his options. Here's Foster. Over the top towards Parker, who's in now. Keegan Parker, handball spotted. Well, he did the hard work there, Parker, but the ball just bounced up and struck the arm. And it was seen by the assistant.
He did, he just got in behind the defenders here. It's just skipped up and he's unfortunate. He couldn't get his hand out of the way, but it is, letter of the law, it is handball, and so unlucky, but he's been a live wire since he came on. He's caused one or two problems in that Rushden defence just by wanting to work, wanting to run in behind defenders, and that's all it takes.
Slip on that far side, but O'Connor is penalised. Time there for your man of the match then, Ian, and I think you disagree with the locals here.
No, I haven't. I was gonna say Joe Day, but I don't want him getting too much champagne. So I've gone for Curtis Asano, the right back. I think he's had an exceptional game on down this right hand side, and he is my man of the match this evening.
If you agree or disagree, you can have your say on the Premier Sports Facebook page. I think I will go for Joe Day.
I thought you would. Yeah, he's played terrifically well. As I say, I think Asano on the right-hand side has played well. It was a toss-up, and I'm sure there'll be a few disagreements along the way all season between me and yourself, John.
So the fourth official just preparing now to show us how much stoppage time there will be at the end of the 90 minutes. Just a few seconds away now from that ball being raised. There in midfield by Spence.
Fourth official indicated a minimum of 5 minutes added time. 5 minutes.
So we're into stoppage time, which there will be no fewer than 5 minutes. So plenty of time then here for Mansfield Town. Might just give a boost now to David Holdsworth and his team, and those fans behind the goal there attacking now in the second half. What can they try and conjure? It's just Edinburgh's team try and hang on to this slender advantage. They have the corner here, Mansfield.
Yeah, you've got one manager saying, how can it be 5 minutes? You'd be saying 5 minutes left. Plenty of time to get a goal.
Sounds like an awful lot of stoppage time. Plays for handball there. Nothing was given. It's back in the mix again. And out as far as Murray. Up went Robinson. Now here's Spence. Two forward for Rushden Diamonds. How on to Al. Came off his back. Understand the hand which may have been seen in there was a Mansfield hand. Here's Murray. Here come the away side again with their captain, Steve Foster. We're going to bounce into the Rushden half. Should be a decent finale. Deep into stoppage time, and here's Curtis Asana. Ian's man of the match, turning on the style and winning the free kick. And the yellow card will surely come here.
He must have heard I give him the man of the match, because he's picked it up. He's been strong all evening, getting down this right-hand side, and see him again coming inside. Definitely a free kick.
Finally, the name of Chris Smith goes in the notebook. Yellow. 10 minutes or so ago.
I don't know why he's complaining as well. A lucky boy to even be on to make that kind of tackle.
Sani again just proving his worth there, proving Ian's point. Here he is again. Sani just try and waste some time now here. Corner flag. Is there one final effort then coming from David Holdsworth's team now? Alexander. The Mansfield free kick, dropping out of the night sky. Johnson went in for Rushden. Helped on now by Charles. Now tussling, put out of harm's way by Silk. This is not where Mansfield want to be. Chances of an equaliser might just be ebbing away now. Rushden will waste every available second. Kurt Robinson, throw-in duty. Into the final 90 seconds at Nene Park. Puts it in towards goal, comfortably behind. Salu's upright. They want to get the ball quick now and try and pump it long. Again, part of the pressure on his team. His team who've been hanging on for a long time in their second half. Wave there to some of his adoring public. Will there be late drama? Touched on by Max Porter. Sides, what are you aspirations for players in the season?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but I'm sure Mansfield will get better. Probably in January. Started very well, Rushden, first 20 so, but after that, I think Mansfield have been the better side and looked the stronger side, and the second half.
Tempers have been flaring, almost a flashpoint here, right towards the end of the game. It was involving Eisted and Kurt Robinson. The card here from and who came off the bench at half. Jamie Day. So, final Mansfield free kick, deep inside their own half, but Aksalu will certainly pump it long. We're now in added time on. We played the allotted 5 minutes. And now the discretion of Carl Berry. Aksalu has gone for the short one to Silk. Corner. It will be a corner in the 96th minute.
Surely the big keeper's got to go up as well. He's probably the biggest lad on the pitch.
The debutant, 6'4".
He's just stood there. I'd be right up there if I were the keeper.
Here comes that corner, well defended. And there goes the final whistle. Well, only one goal here at Nene Park. And there is the goal scorer, Tim Sills, with that goal inside 8 minutes early on in this encounter. And a win for Rushden Diamonds, which takes them above Mansfield Town in the Blue Square Bet Premier. And it's the home fans here who will go away delighted. And a team now who've lost only one game in their last 7. But a shot from David Holdsworth. It's now 4 games without a win for him. But the Rushden goalkeeper, Joe Day, deserves a firm pat on the back for 1 or 2 fantastic saves. And don't forget as well, Mansfield hit the woodwork twice in the second half. The final score here, Rushden Diamonds Town 0. So the results from a busy day in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Barrow 1, Crawley Town 1, Bath City 1, Eastbourne Borough 1, Darlington 0, Hayden Yedding 1. Slight surprise there, Gateshead 3, Tamworth 1. Histon beat Altrincham by 3 goals to 0. Newport County, big win for them against York City by 4 goals to 0. Southport 1, Kettering Town 2, Wrexham 1, AFC Wimbledon 2. And here, Rushden Diamonds 1, Mansfield Town 0. So this is how the table now looks. You can see Rushden and Mansfield tied together there in 6th and 7th. Rushden on 24 points, Mansfield on 7th. Both AFC Wimbledon back now to within 1 point of Crawley Town. Down at the bottom, Altrincham, Forest Green, Cambridge and Histon the bottom 4. Cambridge will see tomorrow at Fleetwood. Confirmation of that game tomorrow. Fleetwood Town against Cambridge United. Places, Cambridge United 4th from bottom under Martin Ling. Will be live at Highbury Stadium. And our coverage will start at 3:45 here on Premier Sports. So a fairly tight game in the end then here at Nene Park. And not too much to choose rather between the two of them. Still those 1 or 2 Rushden fans staying on to enjoy the scenes here. But the Mansfield fans will make the journey back home, having seen their team fall to another defeat. They've won 3 away games so far this season, but no win now in 4. And they've seen themselves slip from top spot in the Blue Square Bet Premier a couple of weeks ago. Now down to a spot just outside those playoff places. Well, let's hear now from Rushden goal scorer and goalkeeper Tim Sills and Joe Day with Alex.
Joe, first of all, congratulations. A really hard-fought win for you tonight.
Yeah, lads dug in well. Second half, done what we had to do by keeping the win alive. And very well done, yeah.
Tim obviously got the winner, but you had a couple of match-winning saves, especially that one in the first half from Gary Mills.
Yeah, anything I can do to help the team out to keep the clean sheet.
Tim, you're off the mark for Rushden. How's life back in this league?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's nice to be playing. You know, it's been a long time coming, that goal, so I thought I'd save it for TV. And almost forgot how to celebrate, but it was nice to see it going.
And Justin's obviously a young, ambitious manager. You played under another one in Paul Buckle at Torquay. Can you draw any comparisons between the two?
Very much so. Yeah, just the enthusiasm for the game, and both knew what they were talking about. So it's nice to be around that atmosphere. It's fantastic facilities at the club, and it's a pleasure just to be playing.
You talk about facilities. You got promoted a couple of years back with Torquay. Do you think this club's equipped to go up this year?
Very much so. When you look around, I mean, we haven't got the biggest budget in the league, but you know, you look around and yeah, absolutely, it's a fantastic stadium, fantastic training facilities, and everything's geared up to go back in there.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
So Tim Sills, the match winner, his first goal for Rushden Diamonds, a goal which takes them 6th in the Blue Square Bet Premier. All the post-match reaction comes next. Manager Justin Edinburgh is with Alex.
Justin, great 3 points for you in the end. What were you most proud about tonight?
The desire, the mentality, the work rate of the players. We're pretty poor in possession of the ball today. Probably haven't seen the best of us today, but certainly grounded out a very, very good 3 points.
Tim Sills was the winner, obviously, but a couple of match-winning saves from Joe Day.
Yeah, obviously the young boys come in for the injured Dale Robertson. He's played 7 games and he's been outstanding. So for every man today, they played their part.
You talked about the importance recently of setting the right tempo, asserting your authority on the game. Was that something that you set out to do right from the start? Is that something to do with the goal?
Yeah, well, I think we like to set the tempo. We're at home. We need to get the fans on our side, and we started ever so well. But it's a funny thing to say, but I think after we scored the goal, we went on the back foot and probably lost our way in the game. And all credit to Mansfield, they came at us and they tested us, but we defended very, very well. We stood up to the task tonight, and I'm very proud of them players out there today.
You said last year when you got to the playoffs that you overachieved as a club. You've also said you're overachieving so far this season, but you're an ambitious man. Can you dream of the playoffs? Can you dream of getting out of this league this season?
Well, we certainly know we can, because what we achieved last season. We lost the nucleus of our side. We lost the best player in this league, Lee Tomlin, to Peterborough at the start of the season. But credit to these players that I've brought in, Rennie Howe and people like that. They've been outstanding. And this group of players, if they now show that consistency and that belief, then they certainly can achieve what we're setting out in the playoffs.
Consistency is also the operative word, I think. You've talked about that in recent weeks. You've had 2 of the same squads for the last 2 games, just the one change today. Is that a big reason? These players secure in their positions, secure in their place in the side?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of injuries at the start of the season, and we're starting to get everyone fit now, and that good competition for places is proving the consistency what we need out on that pitch. So there's no doubt that we can't continue this run.
Thanks, Justin. Well done.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
So only 1 defeat now in 7 games for Rushden Diamonds. Their manager feels they're overachieving. Ian, do you agree?
I wouldn't say overachieving. I think he'll be saying that just to keep his players on feet on the ground. But I think he were honest there, Justin. He felt that they started well, but then he felt that Mansfield come onto the game. They had to defend well.
And Mansfield were unlucky not to get at least a point from this game.
As you say, Rushden came flying out of the blocks, and we can see Tim Sills, who had these two good chances early on. The first one missed, but the second one scored.
Yeah, we mentioned him before the game. We know at this level he always scores goals, and he'll be disappointed that he didn't put Rushden in front so early on in the game, but he rectified that within a minute. Good crossfield ball. Just felt that Kevin Sandworth out of position slightly. Great little knockback. But there he is, Tim Sills taking a gamble, got in there, got inside two defenders and comfortably took the ball away, give the keeper no chance whatsoever.
So that his first goal for the club. But as Justin said, his team then started to lose their way towards the end of the first half. It was a good finish here against the debutant Mikel Aksado. Then towards the end of the first half, Mansfield came right back into it with these two good chances.
Yeah, you've got to credit Mansfield for that, because they were under pressure for early doors. But then Adam Murray, the first chance that we see, he just should have been closed down a lot quicker by Rushden. I'm sure Justin Hiller mentioned that at half-time. But a good strike across the keeper, who he did. He played terrifically well. Some might say he should have got the man of the match.
He was my man of the match.
But
you can't know.
This one was top draw. This is right out of the top draw. Great technique, great volley. He would have thought it was going in, but what a save. What a save.
It was a wonderful effort there. So that in the first half it was Day who was making the saves. In the second half it was the woodwork which was keeping Rushden 1-0 in front.
Yeah, they had a couple of chances as well. Medley had a chance down this left-hand side as well. As we see, he's through here. You've got to score. It's just not a clean strike. He's hit the post, and people might say unlucky, but it ain't unlucky really. He's one-on-one. Keeper's gone down slightly early. He's got to put that away. Got to put that away.
Luke Medley, who's been really exciting the fans at Mansfield Town over the past few weeks, but it's now no winning 4 games for them. And again, towards the end of the game, they had this attempt from Rob Duffy, who came off the bench, the man who scored the winner when these sides met last time back in April.
Yeah, they did very well, the two substitutes that come on, Duffy and Parker, and what a strike that was. Left foot again. He would have thought he'd put Mansfield on level terms. Beat Day, all ends up. But again, the crossbars come to Rushden Diamonds safety, and it's bounced away to safety as well. I just think Mansfield have been unlucky that second half.
But Mansfield will feel they're good enough, surely, to try and push for those playoff places.
Yeah, they're on a bad little run at the minute, and it's up to the manager, David. He'll be telling his players that we're a good side. Don't let these results disappoint you. Let's keep going. Let's keep the momentum going, and hopefully, come January, he knows he's got a little purse there that he could spend.
We must mention again this added expectation now and pressure upon David Holdsworth with that new investment. How much will that become a factor now for the team and the players and the fans and everyone involved with the club over the next few months?
It'll be more the fans than David. David he'll have his players in his mind that he wants to bring to the club once he does get the money, or if he gets the money. But the fans' expectations, they think that he's got the money right now, so they'll be wanting him to go out and get the players, but he can't until January, and it's just up to him and up to his players to maintain a good position in the league until January.
Well, let's hear now from the man in charge, David Holdsworth. He's with Alex.
David, you asked your players to stand up and be counted tonight. Do you think they did that despite the result?
Yeah, I think after suffering the goal, I don't think Rushden have really threatened us too much, and we've created enough chances to certainly got back in the game at least, and we've paid the heavy price for that.
Do you think you could have got something out of the game, especially you came out the traps in the second half? You felt your way into the game, didn't you?
Big moment in the second half, early in the second half, we got through, and obviously to miss the target is obviously what you're asking your forwards to get into them ascendancy areas, but we didn't secure it, and obviously you paid a price for missing those. But I can't fault their effort. A little bit more quality in the final third.
You must be sick of hearing this, but that's another loss to a team in and around the playoff places. What are you lacking that these sides have, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, you've got to keep clean sheets to win games, and certainly we've got to get back to that. But I think today in the second half, I can't fault our effort because we dominated the second half and yet come away with nothing.
A lot of money's come into the club, as you know. Are you willing to give these players more of a chance to prove they can progress with Mansfield, or are you looking for new faces?
I think it's a little bit early after a game to discuss those type of matters, but I understand what you mean, and obviously the chairman has come in and is going to put money into the club. But where we spend that will be in a wise manner, but likewise, secondly, it'll be at an appropriate time. Now's not the time to discuss that.
I'll just discuss it a little bit more because the chairman's come out himself and said that you're now in the position to be with the likes of Crawley financially to pay these wages for these players. Can you set yourself a target now that this money has come in for the season?
Of course, yes. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to improve, and certainly the squad I've got together was done at last moments in the summer. But likewise, you know, these boys are working very hard. We were, you know, prior to today, we were 6th in the league, and certainly probably achieving quite well. But to have to improve there, obviously, if you want a standard of players that are going to get out of this division, I think any manager in this division knows that you do have to spend it. And obviously, if we have that ability, then I'm grateful for that.
You mentioned it was only a few games ago. You won 4-0 and you won 5-0 also. Has that puzzled you, how you've suddenly come into this run of form?
Yeah, well, you know, there's a difference. Taking them chances today would have been in an appropriate manner, but likewise, we've had the opportunities and we didn't take them. So there are big differences. Whatever league you play in, if you don't take your chances, you don't win games.
Thanks, David.
Pleasure.
So as Alex mentioned there, every defeat so far this season for Mansfield against teams in the top 10. It's a funny thing, that, and why might it be happening?
I really don't know, and he must be as frustrated as his team, really. But yeah, I agree with David in a certain way. It's probably a wrong time to talk straight after the game about bringing new players in, because them players tonight have given him everything. No, they've not done it. As he said, he's converted the chances, and if they had, they'd have won the game.
But if you were to be that man in charge in Mansfield, where would you be looking to invest if you could?
Obviously, they've conceded quite a few goals, so you're looking to strengthen your defence. Perhaps 1 or 2. I think he's going to be looking at 4 to 5 quality players, not only to invest buying them. I think they've got to afford the wages, and that's something that David will be able to do. He'll be able to say you'll be on decent wages and come and play for a decent team.
So we'll wait and see what happens in the transfer window. Decent game here then at Nene Park, a slender win for Rushden Diamonds against Mansfield Town. It's finished 1-0. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.